Hey everybody, it's Josie. Welcome back to Cedar Creek Homestead. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's evening time here on Cedar Creek. I went out and done the evening chores. The kiddos are in the house with Mama and Daddy. Howie has a little play guitar and Rowdy has drums, and they have decided that they really love music and they dance a little bit, and most of it's thanks to Miss Rachel. You that have preschool children or grandchildren probably know who Miss Rachel is, and we put the boys watch her programming during the day, some to advance their vocabulary and their beginning words. Rowdy, he's not really saying anything yet besides Mama and Daddy and Meemaw, which is like almost the same as Mama. Howie is picking up words, a lot of words. He had a few little issues with the beginning sounds, but Miss Rachel watching her is helping. And of course, they learn silly little songs that encourage the learning. It pushed that what they've learned a little bit further, get it ingrained in their heads, and I think it's wonderful. But it's really noisy, and so they are doing their thing while I'm out here spending time talking with you guys. I was thinking about Christmas and all the things that we do to prepare for Christmas. And we run here and there and everywhere looking for the best presents. Some of us are doing everything that we can to come up with gifts to give people that we made ourselves. And we'll be bringing some videos of that. Some gift ideas for kids and gift ideas for family members or church members, and gifts that we hope that those that are on the receiving end of it are gracious, and they receive that in love, knowing that people spent time making something for them. But I've seen people really stressed out because they're trying their best to find that perfect gift, that perfect offering, that thing that will make everything count on Christmas morning. Some of us are so dog tired now, doing all of the things, going to all the parties, making all the preparations, making all the plans, meeting ourselves, coming and going, and we are just so tired and we can't wait for the holiday to be over. And I think that's a sad thing because we didn't take time to enjoy the process, enjoy the time. Whether you're with family or friends or both, there's so many opportunities to really have a good holiday season. And we rush right through it, just like we started way back in October, some in September, putting the Halloween decorations out and the Thanksgiving, what little bit they put on Thanksgiving. And then right into the Christmas decorations. And I guarantee you, it won't be a few days after Christmas and you'll see Valentine's Day in the stores in January for sure. And one way I know that is when this is the time of year, 3 years ago that Howie and I got in Blade and Cheyenne, we all got sick with COVID. And 3 years ago today, Howie was in the hospital. We were here at home, all of us going through it, but he had it the worst. And of course, you guys that have been with me long enough know that December the 30th, he lost the fight and he went home to be with the Lord. And I was going through the grieving process like anybody would. And I had to go to town, run some errands with Howie's parents, and she needed to go into Walmart. And so she wanted me to go in with her, and I was in no mood. I was grieving. And we go in, and that place is just looks like Valentine's Day threw up all over the store. There was balloons everywhere, and there were cards, and there was stuffed animals, and there was candy, and there was flowers. And I'm not opposed to Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day. I loved Valentine's Day. Howie had gotten to where for Valentine's Day he was giving me a David Austin rose to plant, so that we could have roses here and be well, maybe not permanent, but semi-permanent gift throughout the years, instead of giving me something that was just going to, not last all that long. And so I love Valentine's Day. But it it just was blew up all over there. And I believe that I had a panic attack. Now, those were the days we were having to wear, everybody was having to wear a mask. So I had a mask on, and I had trouble with mask anyways. I just couldn't breathe. And on top of that, grieving and everything I was going through, I believe in the middle of Walmart, I had a panic attack. Now, as far as I know, I've never had one before, but I believe that's what happened. And it was all of the things together just hit me all at one time. And so I'll never forget how fast they moved from season to season to season. And there we were just done with Christmas, and Valentine's hit us. But I wonder sometimes why we put ourselves in these jams, why we're so in a hurry to go from holiday to holiday to holiday. I think about, I know that a lot of us have a lot of things that we want to accomplish in that time. And so we think we can't get it all done, and we just rush, 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 rush. And the month of December, my planning calendar is just full. Every day I have stuff on it. Usually except for Sunday, because Sunday is church morning and evening, and I try not to plan a bunch of stuff on Sunday. But the other days are just full. And we do that to ourselves. We just get so bogged down and so busy that we miss being present with what's going on. We're so, I feel like the same thing happens when we have our cell phones in our hand, and I use my cell phone a lot, and so I am talking to myself as well. One of the saddest things I think I saw was at a dinner one time. Howie and I were eating out, and we were talking while we were waiting for our meal. And the next table over, there was a family sitting there, and the entire family had phones. They were on their phones. Nobody was saying anything to each other. They weren't talking about their day. They weren't talking about, how their feelings. They weren't talking about how each of them were doing. They weren't telling each other funny stories or anything. They weren't discussing anything. Even the mom and dad weren't saying anything to each other. And I thought that's so sad that they're missing out on opportunities of just being with the people that are around you, enjoying them, loving them, listening to them, and them listening to you, and having a good time together. I got to thinking about what's going on here. Now it's 13 days until Christmas, and that evening, 8:30 that evening, Christmas evening, Cheyenne has to be admitted into the hospital, and they're going to induce, and baby Tate is going to make his arrival. And so there's the extra bustle of us trying to get everything together for that. But I don't want to wake up one morning and say, I don't even remember what any of that was like, because we were such in a hurry and so, on a time crunch, that we didn't pay attention to the joy on Howie and Rowdy's face when they stand and look at the Christmas tree and the Christmas lights. There are presents under the tree, but to the kids, it's not really what's in the boxes. It's the shiny paper and the things, something new to them. That's what's important. That's what's important to them, is them seeing something new, something that is exciting to them. Howie has fallen in love with snowmen, and so he sees a snowman and he's excited about it, and he wants to tell you about it. I think about the Christmas lights, and while it seems silly, I can remember when I was a kid, it seemed like every house around had strings of Christmas lights, and they didn't have, some of the houses had big fancy displays, but most of them didn't. Most of them just had lights on their house and around their, spiraling around on their trees, and a few things like that, some manger scenes and different things like that, or a snowman or a Santa Claus, those blow molded ones. I've got a snowman myself. I love snowmen, and so I've got a snowman myself for my porch. But I remember what it was like to be excited and the anticipation, and you got so excited and ready to go see the Christmas lights. Our church took kids around, and we sung Christmas carols to those that were shut-ins from our church, or other churches that people let us know that they couldn't get out and come to the churches. And so we would go and we would sing Christmas carols. And we ended up at a couple in our church, an older, really, really elderly couple. But they wanted us to stop at their house, to make their house the very last stop. And they would have cookies and hot chocolate for all the kids. And those were great memories that we had. But the reason that we remember those things is because we were present. Not Christmas present, wrapped and under the tree, but we were present. We were there in our with our mind. We were there, physically there. We were there with those around us that we loved and that we were trying to minister to. We were enjoying being with them and fellowshipping with them. And that's one thing that I want to remind you guys to do this year, this Christmas, to be present. Don't get so caught up in the presents under the tree, or the presents that you have to take to the church, or you have to take to work parties, or all these things. I know that we all feel obligated to, to do those things as well, but don't let that be the main source of what you do for the holiday. I've only got all the gifts bought. Now just let it be over. Take time to be present around you. No, spend time with your kids, spend time with your spouse, because I will tell you, the spouse and your children, your spouse might be gone next year. Your children grow up. Those babies are babies for just so long, and you want to be present while they're there. And those little things amaze them. Those little things make them jump for joy. Because I guarantee when they get a little bit older, those little things don't impress them as much. I can remember all the things that my mama done to make Christmas special for us. Little things. She spent hours while we were at school making gingerbread cookies. And she tied their little hands together, and they were all the way around the top of the wall in our living room. She took the time to be present in what was going on in our lives. And I just want to challenge you guys. I'm not going to stay on here much longer. I just want to challenge you to be present in all the hustle and bustle that's going on right now. And we all know that we're going to and fro, trying to find stuff and trying to figure out our menus and trying to, cakes and cookies and pies and appetizers and all the things, and what we're serving for Christmas dinner, and who's coming in, and do we need to make up the guest bedroom for them, and all that kind of stuff. Stop and be present in your family's life. I think that you'll find that those are the things that you'll remember. You won't remember if you had matching sheets on the bed. You won't remember if all of the glasses matched when you sit down for dinner. You won't remember all of that, but you will remember, and most importantly, those that love you will remember the time that you took to be present in their lives. Your children, your grandchildren, your spouse, your church family, those you love, they'll remember that you took time to be present. So I challenge you guys to do that. Slow down, put the brakes on, be present. When you're at that Christmas play, don't have your phone out, texting and shopping and doing those things. Pay attention to the Christmas play. When you're looking at Christmas lights, why not make a thermos of hot chocolate and take it with you, and let the kids have hot chocolate and cookies in the back seat? Do some things like that. Find some things that will make your family be present together. Okay, guys, I'm going to quit meddling now. I just want to say that I love you. This is Josie. I love you. I really do. Keep looking well to the ways of your household. And until next time, we're gone.